out. I am here today with some amazing, amazing people who actually happen to be part of the staff or people who work, the people who make the magic happen at Manix. And they're all representing different stores. They will be telling us who they are, and we'll be having a wholesome conversation. Even as we celebrate Mother's Day, it's going to be a whole month of talking about motherhood and all of that. There's a gentleman on here, and you're probably like, Kambua, you're saying mothers. Why is there a gentleman? I'll be telling you about that in just a little while. Each one of us to share in just a few minutes an outline of what your parenting journey has been like. I went through years of infertility for about 7 years. In somewhere in there, that I had a miscarriage. I had my son, and then I had another son, and I lost him after birth. And then I have a daughter. So I say that I have 3 children because I actually held 3 children.
The way I became pregnant, even I can't tell. It was very easy. Even delivering, it was very easy. And okay, the journey was also not bad. I can't complain. But later, I thought it is obvious.
Yeah.
I longed to have I longed if I can get a second born. And it was tough. And it has been tough. I've not given up. I'm still believing that one day, one time, I'll be a proud mama. Again and again.
Jacinta, I mean, thank you for bringing that up because a lot of secondary infertility is not talked about much. People will talk about the kind of infertility I had where I could not have children from the beginning, but people don't realize there are people who have a child, and in your case, it was very easy. You have said, I usually say that Jacinta is those people who sneeze and get pregnant, like, and ambukizana too. It was so easy for you and the journey to having your son, but then after that, a challenge came. And it's a real thing for a lot of people, And so you find sometimes you hear people saying, kwani umekata kupatia huyu mtoto mtu wa kucheza naye? And you don't know what the struggle is, So Jacinta, we look forward to that miracle because it will come.
When I came back to Kenya and I went for my first scan, and I was told, the doctor even was so funny. He told me, what can you see? Daktari, what can I see? What do you mean, what can I see?
Yeah.
How many numbers are you seeing on the screen? I'm like, how many numbers? And then you told me you're having twins. And one thing I thank God is family.
Yeah.
For my side, family came through a lot. My mom, my grandmother, support was there, encouragement was there. Because I didn't have that baby daddy. I took it on my side and nikaichukua, and I said, okay, if they will not have a dad, I'll be both.
Yeah.
Especially my mom came in and played the role nicely. And you go home and they're like, Mom, that word, Mom. When they started calling me Mom and it's fluent, I feel like, wow, so this name is really nice. Like this. It's really good. Even when they're calling me Mom Nataka, and I'm like, wow, Nataka, even I'm getting it now. It's been overwhelming. I feel like I disappointed, especially felt I disappointed my grandma because she's the one who made me grow. She helped me in growing. But at some points when I see her playing with them and laughing, and I'm like, so these kids are a joy in this family. I am glad. I'm happy, and I think
it's so beautiful how community rallies around us. So you don't have, because motherhood can be so lonely and so challenging. But to hear, you first you find out you're pregnant, you're young, you were not expecting it, and then there are 2. Even you had to ask the doctor, where are you seeing 2? How sure are you you're just seeing 2? But then hearing how your mother, your grandmother all came and just have helped you on that journey. Someone who's listening to you and thinking, oh my gosh, I've disappointed my community. But then seeing what a joy the children become.
So I reached the hospital and I'm overexcited. I'm telling the doctor, I was told 2 weeks late. Now I think it's even more, like 3 weeks earlier. So I'm here. What is it? I explained to the doctor. So when they checked me, my pressure is up now. Because you see, I'm like shivering, everything. They had to shut everything up. Because already I'm like traumatized. You don't tell me my child is dead. No. He's fine, please. Just breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And I was like, okay. I was like, so I'm good. Yeah, the baby is okay, because I could see he's so humble. He's already turned for the passage.
Okay.
So they left me like 10 minutes. They took me to the ward. Then tells me, actually, Doreen, we need to check you again. We have some news to tell you, but it's not good news. Then I'm like, doc, just tell me that we are sorry to tell you that we can't get the child's heartbeat. And that's his. It was the most devastating moment in my life, because you're so excited, you're prepared, and then you're told that you're not carrying your baby back home. Then I told them, give me just like 1 hour, please. I bond with the baby, so that at least for the last time. So I was given the time to bond. Actually, they gave me 2 hours. That the child came out. Actually, I told God, thank you, because my son was macerated. Actually, he had really peeled. Because honestly, if I'd stayed like 2 or 3 more days, I think I would have born with that kid. The most really, really horrific moment you can never is going out of the hospital without a child. Trust me, then find people telling you, congratulations. Not people who don't know you've lost a child, and you don't want to talk about it. So they're like, congratulations, it's about a girl. So most of the time you tell people it's a boy, but in heaven. But I can thank God for my family. And yeah, having family, it's very important, because they surround you with warmth, they surround you with love.
Thank you for sharing that with us. It's such a painful journey even for you to relieve, but as we've said, that as we share our stories, we're also healing. And I know that you've spoken for so many women who have walked that path, and there's so many important things that you've highlighted, because you talk about first of all, when a mother loses their child, automatically you blame yourself, but it's so much more painful when other people start to blame you or ask questions that they should not be asking. I think that when someone says, I lost a child, unless they want to explain further, it's not in our place to be like, Kwani, what happened? Because it's very traumatizing to keep telling people that, But I also like that you've mentioned how the words that we say, utapata mwingine, don't worry, it was God's will. All of those things, people probably mean well, but they're not the right things to say. And no other child can replace another child.
One of my daughter, the second one, the second one was not feeling well. You just go to the doctor, but now you're like, you just think it's something simple, then you come out. You're being told you have to get admitted. After 1 week, discharge, get home. When I'm just trying to navigate, now we are home. After 3 days, the other one again. Going back to the hospital again. Again, after 2 weeks, then I'm again. So this thing is off and on, off and on, off and on. To an extent, when you're in the hospital, the doctor asks you, ni mgani? Ule wa kwanza ama ule wa pili? You're like, wa kwanza. Oh, okay, sawa. Hivyo too. This thing went on for 3 months. It took 3 months. It's sad because I can relate what my colleague went through. It's not easy. Because you don't think something like that can occur. I don't know why that thing cannot ring on your head. Yeah. So the first kid died. But I told God, sawa, still have another one. Little did I know. It's just the beginning. And funny enough, a month ago, I had lost my elder sister. There's no one again who will take care of my kids. No, it's my mom, maybe uncle. You see? So I don't know if you can call angel of death, was just roaming. Little did I know, after 1 month again, that would come. I buried the second one again. Toto singo utomba mtu. And as much as the society thinks za mwingine usahau wale, there's nothing like that. You can't replace Jacinta to another person, Yvonne to another person, Rose to another person. You can't. And I don't know why society normally thinks maybe it's your fault, because I can remember when I was burying my second child, one of my relatives asked me, "Kwani nini mbaya?" Imagine she's a mother. Well, do you know, I could not even cry. Now I can cry, but those days I could not cry. I was just sitting there like a zombie. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Still, I'm in confusion. As you just said, you can't be narrating every time. When you're mourning, sasa nini ilifanyika? You're like, this is not something that it's good for you to be repeating.
Yeah.
I can remember one day before the burial, I was in the house and I was feeling somehow like cold. So I needed some air and sunlight. So I went outside at around 10 to get that light. Then one of my neighbors told me, she's a woman, I'm not supposed to be outside. Because also, I'm meeting with people. It's a taboo. Can you imagine someone telling you such a thing? Other people want to use it against you. They feel as if it's your fault. They start questioning stupid questions. If I'm not ready to talk about it or to share with you, just keep off.
Yeah.
Because most of us, we mourn differently.
Yeah.
Now I can cry. Some years back, I could try to cry, but I could not cry. But I'm happy I found peace. I found peace in God. Me, I can't say that I'm barren.
Yeah.
I still acknowledge myself as a woman, as a mother. But it's something that I really want to find about myself, because I still feel they can't be replaced. And they will never be replaced.
Yeah.
This question of someone asking you, utaongeza mwingine lini? Ama ufikiri kupata mwingine? Wait until that thing happens to you. You meet with their schoolmates. Yeah? Uko na wangapi sahi? They're still saying uko na wawili.
You're right.
Ni wakubwa. Mmoja ako uni. Because I can see their age. Yeah. And at times you ask yourself why.
Yeah.
And why does he choose you? But I came to realize maybe he chooses someone who is strong, who can bear. I thank him for making me know that I can be a woman, a mother, and a wife.
Your story is so heavy. And I think all of us just sitting here and listening, one of the questions in our minds is, how has she done it for all these years, Because you mentioned your daughter would probably be in university now, over 18, probably. It's a long time that you have lived. And we celebrate the fact that you're actually here, that you are alive, that you're working, you're thriving, because grief can also, our lives can also end where grief begins. There are people whose lives completely stopped because of grief. I know that myself because I've experienced grief. I know that it can completely paralyze you. So I want to say that I applaud the woman that you are and the grace that God has given you to move forward with your life, to continue to acknowledge that, yes, you're a mother. That will never change. You will always be a mother of two beautiful girls. I just want to hear from you. What is the one thing you remember about your daughters that makes you smile?
Mostly when they try to fight each other and scratching.
Yeah.
But the younger one,
Yeah.
the naughty one, yeah,
Yeah.
and the older one was the polite one.
Yeah.
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 But the younger one was the version of me.
Ah,
The elder one was the version of the dad.
okay.
The dad was a polite person.
That we are aware that there are mothers who are not necessarily, they've been mothers, and there's the ones who had stillbirth or miscarriage. There's the ones who also had babies that they were raising in the house, and something happened, something changed. So what does that mother experience every Mother's Day when we are all celebrating and getting flowers and doing whatever? Do you think of her? You know, do we think of Eunice? Do we say, would Eunice like flowers this Mother's Day? How is she feeling? Can I call her? That we can be actively present in people's grief.
I used to think getting pregnant was a very big idea. Like I think you have to petition God, like I send a letter, I want a baby. No, kwa najua mtu anapatanga mimba hivyo haraka. So, it became another problem. Decided to got pregnant, the normal pregnancy, my journey was smooth. I cannot complain. I went for my scans, kawaida. I was told I was having a girl, so I was very prepared for a girl.
Okay.
We shopped for a girl.
Yeah.
I was even given the name Mama Nyambura because I was ready to give birth to a girl. Now delivery day. Nimeenda asubuhi nimeanza kuma around 3. I'm at my mama's house now.
Yeah.
My mom is like, yeah, we need to go to me. I'm like, hapana, mom. I knew labor was those, but I don't know what perception I had of pregnancy. It was something else. So my mom insisted you have to go to hospital. Going to hospital, the doctor is like, you're fine, you can go. My mom is like, no, she's not going anywhere. This woman is thinking she's giving birth today. Because mi ndarudi naye akinizalia kwa barabara. I gave birth to Ethan. Now, issue is, this is Nyambura.
You give birth
to Ethan. I thought it was Nyambura. Now I'm being given a boy. I'm like, are you sure? Yes, this is your son. Now this boy, the first 6 months of his life, alikuwa anavaa kama msichana because we have already shopped for clinic. Tunaenda na bag ya msichana. We have already shopped for girls. Yeah. 1 year, 1.5 years later, I was pregnant again. Corona happened. Now this is where very many interesting things happened. I am now pregnant. The first month was very bad. I used to have the worst of the worst morning sickness. So I go to hospital. The doctor is like, the pregnancy is still very young. We can't do a scan. You just go home, these antibiotics, maybe you have an infection. Come back after like 2 months, we'll do a scan. So after 2 months was like in August. I go to hospital. They're like, you're still having the bad nausea. I'm like, yeah, it's still there. We go for a scan. He's doing the scan. Then the doctor is telling now the person they're doing scan, I can see 2 heads. I'm like, what? What do you mean 2 heads? These are 2 heartbeats. These are twins. Now they are very excited. They are talking about it. Oh my God, Dr. Me, I am crying because I'm thinking, this is my son. He's only 1.5. What am I doing with the other 2 children? I'm not being told the sexes because at this point, I'm not even interested. They're just 2 there. That's okay. So, so after like 6 months after the scan, I gave birth to my twins and they are fine.
Wow.
During that pregnancy period, I started noting some very strange things with my first son. He was steaming, his hand flapping. At that age, you would think at 1.5, a child can say mom. Yeah. Very normally. A child can maybe feed himself. This is time for potty training.
Yeah.
But with Ethan, no.
Mm.
Ethan never used to sit down.
Mm-hmm.
He's up on the cupboard, he's touching the TV, he's doing everything.
Yeah.
He's very hyperstimulated, he's not talking. So another Christmas, the aunt was there, my sister-in-law, and was like, hey, Rose, you've not noticed this kid is not talking.
Mm.
I'm like, of course I've noticed, but then we went to Google doctor.
Yeah.
All the signs pointed to autism, but me, I was in denial. Ataongea tu, maybe amechelewa. Then with African tradition, ukiharakisha sijui mtoto mwingine atalegea. So I was like, maybe the twins are coming, maybe amelegea. So we stay there for like, after the twins are back, now I am hands-on with 3 children under 2 years, because Ethan had just turned 2 when I'm having the twins.
Yeah.
So I stayed for like 6-7 months. Then the grandmother is like, Sapana, we need to do something. This kid is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's just, if you see him here, he's just normal.
Yeah.
But now these things with no talking, he's always busy, he's always running, he never sits down. When it's time to throw tantrums, the whole house will come to a standstill because Ethan is crying.
Mm.
So she decided we go to start from the lower level. So we went to another center there because we had an idea, at least it was autism, but we didn't have a diagnosis at then.
Okay.
So we went to that lower level hospital. Then we were referred to Mama Lucy. We went to Mama Lucy. Mama Lucy is like, no, we don't deal with this here. He has to see a child psychiatrist. We were referred to Kenyatta. Me, I was just relaxed. I was like, my son is okay. Hizo ni zenyu, hizi ni mashetani, tutaomba zitaisha. Then we stayed. I think we were given an appointment for Kenyatta. I went to Kenyatta, I think 6 months later. We went for evaluation. He was diagnosed with autism and ADHD. Those are 2 things. And this is a boy.
Oh my God.
Making everything worse because boys are known to be very mischievous. Now you add autism and you had ADHD on top of it. We were booked for therapy. I still was in denial. I didn't want to accept that was my child. Because it is, why would God do that to me? Am I that strong enough to deal with these 2? And I still have this one.
Yeah.
But I thank God I have a very supportive partner. I have very supportive family. There's nothing they will not do for Ethan. We went to Kenyatta, we booked for therapy, and he started therapy sessions. And now I can say, Ethan is doing good.
Good. Wow.
Yeah, he's doing good. Now he's in school. A little bit late though, but yeah, he's in school and he's doing good. At least we have some few words. When he feels like talking, he will talk.
Yeah.
When he doesn't feel like, he won't. The hyperactivity is still there. We have learned to live with it.
Yes.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Yes.
Because now his level of autism, if there are levels, that is not recommended to take any medicines to calm him down.
Okay.
The therapist at Kenyatta said, no, Ethan is okay. Because 1, he can count everything. At 5, he can count 1 to 100. He can sing all these songs on television. Yeah, so we're good now.
Wow.
We are getting there.
Well done, Mama.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the conversation around children living with special needs is another one that is so hush-hush. But I love that mothers like you are speaking, because the one thing about you speaking and speaking also confidently is affirming another mother or another parent. Most of us have that desire to be parents, but we don't know how the journey will go. And it is out of our control. So you did not decide as Mama Ethan, I'm going to give birth to a child who will be on the spectrum. It happened, and it's not because of something you did. It's not something you could have prevented. We don't know. You started to see signs, and it's understandable. Even you having gone through a lot of denial, I think that we go through all those stages because everybody wants a perfect child. I don't know if they exist. Your journey to motherhood are really so inspiring, and I love the stories that are coming out because they're relatable, they're real, they're relatable. There's the highs, there's the lows, there's the joys, there's the pain. It's all a concoction of things. That is what motherhood is. There's a gentleman in the room. I want us to go to him. You're probably like, are you a mother as well? Evans, you're the mom, dad in the room.
Yes, I am.
Tell us your journey.
Once we got the child at 2020, the arguments continued, mostly because she wanted to go out, still do things that she was doing before we got together. So once we got the child, She used to leave me with the child, so I used to take care of the child alone, and I've never done it. So, but my mom used to encourage me a lot, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, I bought these napkins. How do I tie them? What do I do next? Because my boy has a fever, so I used to like take care of everything by myself. So once, about a year after, I realized that the arguments and not really understanding each other, it was really affecting our child, and even the older child which the lady came with. So we decided, me and her, that we should split up. And when we did it about it was in last year. So since last year, I've been taking care of my child, and it was tough. Then I got a job at Manix, which has really helped me a lot, and also my mom, who has been with me with all the advice ever since. And so far, it has been going good, and I love the experience. And now I've really learned a lot from you guys, and it has given me encouragement. And I also like to encourage other men who are in my situation and should never give up, because you can do it. It is tough, and the only thing that you need is to just make sure you have people who love you around you.
We really celebrate you for just stepping up and taking that role, because you also had an option to just be like, I can't do this. And we have seen it happen many times, where men abscond their duties as fathers. So thank you for taking up that responsibility. I am sure it's hard. All of these women in this room know how difficult it is to raise a child, and that you're doing it by yourself is also challenging other men. As you've said, you're encouraging other men, you're also challenging them. What counts is showing up every day and doing your best every day. And I like that you keep saying, I want to learn. I've learned so much, because we have to be open to just keep learning. It's a journey where we keep learning. Happy Mother's Day to all of you from the Manix family, from us to you, wishing you a most beautiful day, or most beautiful month, as we just celebrate the gift of motherhood. And I really hope that the conversations that have happened here today have made you feel less alone, have made you feel seen, have made you feel heard, and that if you are among the groups that sometimes during Mother's Day feel, oh no, I have been left out because I'm not holding my child, or I've not been able to have a child, or I'm raising a child I didn't give birth to, whatever category that you fall under, we really hope that you feel very special this Mother's Day. So I'm so grateful to Manix for this amazing Mother's Day roundtable. It's been so uplifting. So happy Mother's Day to all of you, wherever it is that you are. Kwaherini. Asante.